I am a designer, which means that I have one of the most important vocations in the entire world. Designer's the most important. If you had to rank all of the important vocations, it'd go doctor, firefighter, guy that invented cereal, and then designers. Designers are the most important, and I'm one. I'm a designer. Graphic design is so influential. You know, I usually draw from, I'm akin to drawing. A happenstance, I draw from nature usually for inspiration for my projects. You know, I think of this project that I'm showing you now, or maybe this one. This one draws from nature, not this one. Don't think of this one when you think of nature. But I've always drawn from nature for inspiration, and you know, I'm really proud of the project that I've been working on for the past week or month. It's kind of been cooking in my head for 2 years. My most ambitious project yet, I decided to build an entire brand around my roommate's broken shoulder. Garrett's Shoulder. A little bit of backstory on Garrett, specifically his shoulder proper. He, a couple years ago, fell snowboarding and broke his shoulder, and then had surgery on it, and a year later fell skateboarding and broke his shoulder, and then a year after that fell skateboarding and broke his shoulder, and then a couple months ago in his sleep broke his shoulder again. So he's got a really jacked up shoulder, but it really pulled all the roommates together minus Garrett. It broke Garrett. Garrett literally broke his shoulder, so it didn't really pull him together. Working on this brand, I started out with what I knew, hats. But then I decided that wasn't enough, so I took all the money that I've been making on Ames Tap Water, as well as a couple student loans, and bought bulk in t-shirts. And it was at this time that I realized that Garrett's Shoulder is not appropriate for clothing. I don't know what I was thinking putting it on hats and t-shirts. No, I realized at that time that Garrett's Shoulder was a lot more than that. It was a lifestyle brand, which is why I then moved on to products such as notebooks, vinyl stickers, and dog poop bags. Because for dogs, I'm in thousands of dollars of debt, but you know, it's worth it, you know, because I'm a designer, and you gotta pay for your art sometimes. You gotta pay for your art until art pays for you, you know. Before I sold any of these products, I realized what the people would actually probably want is a weekly podcast, which quickly became a daily podcast. And so now I'm hosting a daily podcast on Garrett's Shoulder every day for an hour. All right, welcome back to Garrett's Shoulder, the podcast. With us today is guest James Patterson. James, why don't you tell us what is your favorite product in the Garrett's Shoulder line?
I think a great product is the dog poop bags. They're just selling well, and my dog's been crapping everywhere, and you can't get him to quit.
So yeah, that's Garrett's Shoulder. It's also expanded to Tumblr, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I'm trying to get on MySpace, but I can't remember the password to my Yahoo account. But once I get that, I'll be on MySpace and on Neopets.